4.3 billion shillings. That is the value of the e-commerce sector in Kenya. Now, this is a figure that is expected to grow even bigger with the improvement of trust around online transactions and as more Kenyans get used to trading online. Now, one of Kenya's biggest online trading portals is Jumia, and Sam Chappate is Managing Director and CEO. He now joins us here in studio to talk about what exactly his efforts and the companies have been to win consumer trust. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Yeah, so first off, the fact that this is a really, really huge figure in Kenyan terms, 4.3 billion shillings, up for grabs, literally out there for any individual or organizations that gets the equation right. Yet there's the issue of trust around these things. And to give you a simple example, a lot of Kenyans had gotten used to the thing around deals that essentially would get put out, and you'd be told if enough of you buy this sort of thing, then you can get 1, 2, 3 things. And often people would go out and buy things like cakes, you'd buy products, but when they arrive, they're much smaller than they looked online, the quality is much less, that sort of thing. This creates suspicion, it breeds mistrust, and sort of literally erodes the brands that we have online. How have you been able to work around that and ensure that the promise lives up to, the experience lives up to the promise?
You're absolutely right. I think that is the legacy.
Yes.
That is what is in the minds of a lot of consumers when it comes to buying online or choosing to buy online. We've been approaching it at Jumia in 3 ways.
Yes.
The first thing is, we vet our suppliers. So not anyone can sell on Jumia, only vetted, trusted, quality approved vendors that meet our standards.
So then the thing to say, sorry to interrupt you, is that Jumia then doesn't own any of the things that it sells, but rather works with suppliers who are then experts in whatever field that they will be working in.
That's exactly right. So we are a marketplace, a platform that allows vendors to sell on our platform. The difference with Jumia is that to sell on Jumia, you need to play by Jumia's rules. And those rules protect customers. And we do other things like cash on delivery.
Yes.
So customers can order, and then they only pay if the cake that arrives matches their expectations, matches the image. And the third thing we've recently rolled out is something called the Jumia guarantee.
Yes.
Which is basically Jumia guaranteeing the quality of everything that's sold on the platform.
How does this work, especially seeing as some of these places in Kenya are really out of the way? People might have other different barriers to being able to tell what exactly they are handling. I mean, you might be putting yourself out there and exposing yourselves to various sorts of different things. How does this exactly make sense?
It makes sense because what we wanted to do is to move away from a world in which if a customer ordered something from a vendor, if they ran into problems, and some products, particularly electronics, always a fraction of them will have problems. In the old world, we would connect you with the service center of that brand or that vendor, and you would deal with it with the vendor.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not all of those experiences are fantastic because of, we don't control the full experience.
Yes.
So with the Jumia guarantee now, if people have a problem, within the 3-month period after sale, they could raise it with Jumia and we fix it. We replace or we refund.
Yes. So essentially then this sort of means that you have something like a service level agreement with this supplier in terms of not just the sale, but then the after sales service and sort of quality guarantee.
That's absolutely right. So we arrange it with both the suppliers. So if there are problems, then they pay towards that. And also we have insurance to cover the rest of the cost.
There's quite a wide array of goods and services that are out there, everything from agriculture, input and output. There's a very large things, machinery, that sort of thing. Have you been able to cover the entire aspect, or are there some exceptions?
We now have, as of today, 2.5 million products on Jumia available to consumers in Kenya. And you're absolutely right. It covers everything from seeds to mobile phones, to appliances, to fashion, to many, many, many things. We've sold cars. In fact, we sold a car yesterday. And we sell lots of different products. So we cover the vast majority of things. And our aim really is to be the one-stop shop. If you want to buy anything, or you go to Jumia.
Yes, I'm glad that you mentioned cars, because for a lot of Kenyans that tends to be a bit of a sticking point, where you shop online, you see the cars you like, but literally you're not very sure that the guy selling it is the owner. It could be someone who simply found pictures and that sort of thing. How then does this guarantee and the fact that they are shopping through your platform then create the security that is necessary? Now, you will not get jacked, you will not lose your money, you will not lose your shirt if you then engage on these transactions?
I think that's the key thing. Consumers need to know that there are differences in online shopping, right?
Yes.
If I could go and buy from someone on Facebook, that's quite a different experience because buying from another individual to buying on Jumia. The key thing to remember with Jumia is that Jumia guarantees the quality. So if there's any problems at the end of the day, Jumia is going to underwrite it. So with your example of the car, Renault, the official Renault distributor would be the vendor of the car, and therefore, number one, it's a legitimate seller, and number two, you know that if there's any problems, Jumia is going to guarantee it.
Let's talk about products that are out there in the world. Lots of goods now today are ferried from places like India and China, and shopping through platforms such as yours then cuts through the bureaucracy and the hassle that you'd have to go through, going through customs and things like that. Do you think you have been able to bring these benefits to the Kenyan consumer?
We've started to. So we have a team in China that are coordinating, bringing together the best of suppliers from China, the ones where we're really comfortable with the quality of the products. Those products are now listed on our website in Kenya. Consumers can order them. We bring them from China. We do the clearing process. We pay customs, and all they have to do, all they know is that the price that they see on the website includes everything, and it will be delivered to their door, typically within 2 weeks in Kenya.
Yes. So then, how then does the company make money? I could sit here and order a small, small package from China. It might not make much economic sense. In fact, I did just that. I ordered for this phone case all the way from China through Jumia. Took about 4 or 5 days, and I got it. So how do you make money on things such as this, especially seeing that this is really small? You wouldn't be able to charge an arm and a leg for it. I got it for 1,200 bob. Then, so what's in it for you?
What's in it for us is actually giving you the choice. We want to be the place that you go to buy small things like that. The way you like the design of it, you like the brand of it, you like the price of it, and you'd struggle to find that in the offline world today. We want to be exactly the destination for those things. Why does it make sense? It makes sense because on that order, because we bulk a lot of orders together from lots of other customers that are also coming from China, we can make the logistics cost very cheap. So the order itself, we can break even on that order. We don't make money on it, but we break even. But the reason we want to do it is because when you come to buying that TV or that phone next time, you'll order from Jumia as well, because you've had a good experience, you trust the company, you'll come back to us after.
Let's then talk about lifestyle and the fact that you're enabling people to be able to access things that they normally wouldn't be able to in this market. We've seen situations where there are places that are far off the beaten track. We have the Turkanas of this country, other places. You are an online platform. What's the proposition for people who are far off the beaten track?
I mean, the biggest thing, I think what's really interesting about that is, for someone living in Turkana, they have significantly less choice than someone living in Nairobi does. Nairobi's got 30 plus malls, however many it is. Turkana, I don't think there are very many shopping malls up there for most people. So a customer in Nairobi or in Turkana with Jumia has got access to the biggest supermarket in the country, 2.5 million products. The second thing is, the person in Turkana, the customer in Turkana, typically has to deal with lots of middlemen. Right? People that have bought something in Nairobi, then transported it to Turkana, and therefore they end up paying quite high prices. Jumia's got the best price in the market. In fact, we guarantee the best price in the market on many, many, many products. So you get the most choice, you get the best price, and we save them a journey, and we send them the products directly to them, and we deliver countrywide.
Let's talk about the consumer experience and the fact that for various sectors, especially in a growing economy like ours, there's not really much to say is defined as a real marketplace. Most of it tends to be informal. Simple example, if you want to get into a little do-it-yourself carpentry or masonry in Nairobi, or even if you're building your own house in different places and you were looking for a hardware shop, it would be very, very difficult to find a sort of standardized world-class platform to do that sort of thing. But you're able to literally say that we have this thing at a price that you can afford and a sort of experience that will enable you be able to enjoy the same quality that you would abroad.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yes.
we sell quality products from the biggest brands at the best prices. So it's great from a consumer perspective, but it's also interesting from a vendor perspective. We
Yes.
have 8,000 vendors in Kenya selling today, and those range from the biggest brands and retailers like the Deacons Group, like Tuskys and others, through to many, many, many small businesses, entrepreneurs who are buying products and selling them online as well.
Yeah. Let's finally talk about quality. The fact that you have, for example, alcohol, you have the main importers, then you tend to have parallel importers. How then do you differentiate who you're going to deal with, especially seeing as the main producers or importers, for example, the East Africa Breweries Group might have lots of bureaucracy built in, while the parallel importers of the same stuff from Scotland would be able to turn around much faster. Then who do you decide to go with?
We're a platform.
Yes.
Our job is to build the platform and to enable business to take place. We reflect what happens in the offline market.
Yes.
The key thing for us is that we only allow quality products.
Yes.
Genuine quality
So
products.
they then are allowed to compete on price. You can
We want
literally
the vendors.
offer the same thing.
We want the vendors to compete on price. We want the vendors to offer that Heineken bottle
Yes.
or that Tusker at the best possible price for consumers. And so we encourage that competition.
Okay, indeed, really eye-opening conversation right there. Thank you very much, sir, for your
Thank you for
time.
having me.
Indeed, of course, giving us insights into that guarantee we recently put in place to ensure that you would literally have the trust that you need to be able to make that online purchase or trade in comfort. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.